Well, I guess the magic is going to happen today. We're going to try. Hey, LZ, I don't know if LZ was in here. He made that comment about 8 minutes ago, but got a lot to talk about today. Going to talk about some Godzilla news, some new Godzilla design, and a drop date that I learned about. Also, some Howling news, one of your favorite werewolf movie, Shadowhawk.
Ah,
By the way, how are you? Doing pretty well.
uh, yeah, I'm all right. Can't
Yeah.
complain, I guess. Yeah.
Going to be future plans for the channel. Of course, we're going to be trying to make up for some lost time and some lost subscribers. But anyway, only a couple of them, But as you know, we didn't have a show yesterday, but going to be on topic list tonight drawing, and I've already been drawing some. I've been a little bit weirded out, as you know, a little bit stressed out, pulled thin. Caleb Reynolds in the house. Hey, Caleb, it's
Howdy,
good to see
Caleb.
you.
Howdy, Elsie.
Hello and welcome back, of course, to the 4 o'clock shadow. Uh, I
Hey,
did send
Elmer Glitch.
I did send Texas State the link just to let you know.
All right. Cool.
Uh,
Let's see if Dave's awake tonight.
yeah, and I also told him if his link didn't work, like it doesn't work for you on Instagram, it might not on Facebook. But I told him that there's uh, a link in the chat. Can't hear out waiting, but see the chat. Okay. Yeah, he's waiting to pick his girl up for. He called me about 2 o'clock, and we talked a little bit. Hey, Omar. Uh,
Glitch Raid.
and also, we're going to talk about what are the different grades of your comic books. What can you expect on a return, cash wise? uh, you know, for comics. Uh, and there, of
Okay.
course, there's going to be Abby news that we'll talk about. And did I bring my? Gosh darn it! If I could be persuaded to go in there and get my phone, I will show you some. We were talking Godzilla. You just remind me, or after we get things going here. Glitch raid incoming. Omer says. Um.
Mm-hmm.
Uh. We watch Godzilla versus Bambi. I will show you on my phone a couple of never before published Bambi pictures from when
Oh, wow.
Bambi was being developed. It's never been published. I was fortunate enough to take picture of of the couple pieces that were and the back of what was written on, So I will, don't let me forget. I will show you a couple. Now I've shown them a couple, maybe on one show years ago. Search it out. $1 or less for them comics. Owner says, um, okay, that's all you want to get. That's probably, I mean, I've gotten some near mint she issues, she number 3, 4, 5, up to 11, and can get
Yeah.
multiple for some of those in the dollar bin. So, yeah, you can find. In fact, that's something I'm going to talk about. I'm going to do some dollar bin, uh, not today, but upcoming um, dollar bin finds. Been thinking about different variants on a thing. Been doing a lot of thinking, period, the last couple days because I've been up with Abby and doing a lot, and actually even had to sit down at one point because my heart was racing and my stomach was tight uh, today. But nothing too
Right.
big. I'm battling the beast of the chili that I made earlier a little bit.
Ah,
Bad. That was before I ate the chili, by the way. Mike Walters in the house. Hey, Mike.
Hey,
And
Mike.
that reminds me, if you hadn't hit that like button, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and do something extra for me today since I haven't been streaming as much. Um, Share this out like Mike does every day. Share it out, at least today's show. Did you have a good poo? Poo? No, I didn't have a good um, didn't have a good poo at all. Um, I've actually been losing weight probably over this and other stuff. There's a pretty accurate weight scale there where they do therapy, um, where mom is. Ran an
Hmm.
errand for her, went to the bank, transferred over $22,000 into another account. Uh, and I said, "Can I get a couple dog treats or a dog treat for if I make a deposit of $22,000?" And she gave me two. By the way, of course, Abby's not been eating that much. Uh,
Right.
we'll talk about the net. We'll show the new trading card. Like I said, a lot to talk about today, and all this packed into 2 hours. And what will be the next thing that I will be working with the graphic designer to get printed up? Uh, I made notes. That's the key. Make notes when you got a lot to talk about, right? Uh,
Hmm.
Now I do have a question, on these sketch cards, and I've got a new one. It's not finished, but it's near finished. And I did name one character, this one here, which I drew way back. He's an older character. I came up with the name of him for him. Interface.
Yeah. Okay.
Interface is going to be his name. Um, and actually, I've had this in my mind, and I'm going to do a different. I was started on the bog story, and I wasn't happy, and everybody was asking about, what is that? It was bog in profile, and I haven't been happy with the way it's been coming out anyway. And something that more fits the story is this character here, which is, and I want to show you what I had taken that from. Uh, this kind of unlocked it for me. I've also got new art reveal and a new book that is out that you can get right now, actually, by Luke Kowalski. Uh, let's see. For this, I might have to go entire screen to share and bring it up. Okay, here we go. Share the screen, Rex. Share the screen. What is cancel? Should come up. Sharing screen. Maybe that. No.
Hey, tree going.
Hey, Tree.
Okay, that was weird.
What was weird?
I'm hearing myself echo now. Are you? Are you getting any kind of echo?
Um,
It might just
it
be a
might just be
delay,
a
I think,
delay, I think. Okay.
because
All right.
I'm
So,
talking,
I'm
and then
talking, and then
I
I
hear
hear
it
it two
2 seconds
seconds
later.
later.
Strange,
Okay.
strange.
Well, if that persists, you might want to knock yourself out and come back. Do you see monsters on the prowl here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, John uh, Severin cover, if I'm not mistaken, from the early '70s. The thing called It, and this I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for, is like a proto bog Well, you know, grave tales, and then at the end of the story, what I want him to do is sort of fall apart, you know,
Hmm.
go from
Okay.
where
Okay.
Blaylock and I'm kind of hitting reset, you know, where the energy is not wearing off, but that's kind of the ideal, where the cosmic energy that kind of drew him, and he takes care of the clown, of course. And then, you know, that's where we pick up the next story that I'm drawing, which is sort of a crude proto bog. Sorry, Omer. No, you don't like to talk about bog. He's kind of like uh, Apex in that he should draw more devil fire. Well, I don't tell you what to draw. So, you know. Anyway, crude proto taken by inspiration by that uh, card I'm working on, almost done with.
Yeah, all right.
Hopefully that's coming across okay. Used
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, used my new markers that I got at Hobby Lobby in their, you know, they did away with their Copics, although I did kind of do the chest area with this Copics that I really love, and I'm going to hopefully, you know, it might be over the counter, uh, but over the internet, but I'll find, you know, replacement for it. Uh, yeah, I got these greens and this one. It's supposed to be some type of purple, but it's kind of magenta, you know. So use that
Oh,
for
okay.
the
Yeah.
background. These were the ones that I got. $2.99. Holding the line at $2.99, as DC Comics used to say.
That's right.
Uh, get you back up here. There we go. You can see the sun shining, of course. Uh, Abby have been hanging out a lot. Went to the vet yesterday, and it's just what I suspected, which was, you know, I was like, God, she was in such distress over the weekend and stuff, and panting and pacing, and at, you know, one point couldn't hardly walk and get back in the house, you know. So
Right.
just tuned out all bog talk. Who's bog anyway? Omer says. Um, Buy my book and find out. Tree Goblin in the house. Hello, Tree. Just,
That's right.
just checking the recent chat there. Anyway, be on
Buy
topic
Rex's
list
book and soak it in the water.
and soak it in water. That's right. I believe. I don't want to dox anybody, but I think Tree Goblin did buy the book. That could just be rumor. He's to dip it in water, of course.
Of course.
Also, you know, not today, but I want to share some of the things that I will probably be buying in 2026. I have a short list of comic books that I've been putting up there. Hey, Buzz Acevedo, Edwin in the house. Hey,
Hello,
Edwin.
Edwin.
Uh, but yeah, I have a short list of 2026, and I've got a new character also called Amber that I'm wanting to draw. And maybe starting next week, we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's only Tuesday, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but that gives me time to work out exactly. And I've got so much right now that I could work on drawing wise. And these are going to be large pieces. So I probably got several weeks worth. But if all goes well, maybe starting on Monday, we'll have a draw stream on here every day
I'm
of the
sorry,
week.
Kitty.
So, you know, to get some stuff done. That's one thing that I have planned. But yeah, apparently new Godzilla Movie coming out this year, Shadowhawk. That should make your lizard lips uh, moist.
Oh
On
yeah.
Godzilla, kind of fitting, on Godzilla Day, November 3rd, release of Minus Zero in Japan, however. But
Ah,
on the 6th, you only have to wait 3 days and it's releasing in North America. There is no talk about it releasing other places in the world, but really, America's all we worry about. Um, England, South America, other places. Hopefully, they can get it out. Don't know why the delay. They don't need to slow roll. They'll be shooting themselves in the foot. Um, but yeah, brand new release of Godzilla minus zero. There's been, of course,
very
some
cool.
talk about the smog monster being in there. We'll see. The director said that he
Fedora.
really likes that creature. One of the weirdest, and it probably needs a needs a remake.
Dude, that's still one of my favorite Godzilla movies from the old days.
Oh yeah, and one of the directors. So due to the poster release of the poster, they're kind of
Mm,
you know. But yeah, your favorite color is green, of course.
yes,
Godzilla,
it is.
big green guy. But now we're talking green back platelets. Um,
Ooh.
yes, let's take a look. Let's see. Did I do something wrong? Yeah, I did. Of course I did.
Of
Uh,
course.
there we go. Of course I did.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Let's
Oh,
see.
damn.
What?
I guess,
What happened?
uh,
Who hurt you?
nothing. My knee is hurt.
Show me on the doll where the bad man, hurt you. All right. Hey, little Godzilla news here. Here you go. Uh,
Ooh, you're there.
I may have to put myself on mute. I don't know that I can mute this uh,
Tail take bear now.
without taking my own.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, still learning this
Revealed this
easy
Godzilla
monkey
design,
thing.
fans immediately loved the new look. The darker color of his hide combined with the vibrant green energy really just hit hard, and it made a strong
Oh yeah.
you went silent. Maybe I couldn't hear you because I took my volume all
I,
the way
I
down.
I didn't say anything till just now when I said, "Oh yeah."
Okay. Well, yeah. Let me play a little bit more of this.
Hmm.
impression on a lot of people, myself included. And now to coincide with the opening of the first ever Godzilla store in Malaysia and all of Southeast Asia, Toho has now
Ooh.
Did you say anything? You
I
did.
just said ooh just now. Is that going to be a new figure or is that just AI art?
That is indeed a new figure with the clown feet, big, big feet for Godzilla. Of course, if he was that big, he would have to. But this is green platelet Godzilla, brand new redesign for the
Nice.
movie. So they're kind of refining the character here, and who knows?
Mm,
I mean, because they kind of gave him a crackled, newly formed radioactive look in the first movie, right?
right.
And I'd say first movie because basically they've hit reset, right? In a
Well,
lot.
yeah. First movie in the new
Mhm.
Godzilla uh, series. I guess you had
I
Toho,
think
you had Heisei, you had the different eras of Godzilla. So I guess this is a new era, a new age,
Hmm.
whatever you want to call it. But I'll tell you what, dude, that -1 was freaking great, man. That's one of the best Godzilla movies I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
I'm,
I,
I'm
it holds up
definitely
good.
looking
Yeah,
forward.
the volume goes all the way down when I. But let's try this. Play a little bit more of this.
Now
Yeah, this is
showcased a
the
massive statue
figure.
of this green Godzilla, giving us our first full and clear look at the monster.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh man,
That's a nice
yeah, look at that.
figure. Very detailed.
I hope those platelets glow
Standing at
too.
nearly 7 feet tall, the statue is absolutely layered with
Um,
detail that we can finally break down.
I mean,
Naturally, your
I
eyes are
don't
probably drawn
think
straight to the green
but I don't know that you're going to be able to afford this thing.
Now he says almost 7 feet tall. Is that what he just said?
Let me go back and see.
layered with detail
What?
that we can finally break down. Naturally, your eyes are probably drawn straight to the green dorsal plates, which look just as good on the statue as they did in that cinematic, if not even better. Even his eyes are glowing like emeralds here, and I love that. I don't know about you guys, but I really hope we get more of this green Godzilla in action someday.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh, they were the footage that you kind of saw at the beginning that was moving. That was in only showing in like being promoted in Southeast Asia right now
Hmm.
for basically this statue.
Right.
Whether that's in a future film or at least another cinematic teaser, it's easily one of the best Godzilla color schemes outside of the classic blue, in my opinion, and I really want to see what his atomic breath would look like in green.
Well, sure you would, right? I mean,
Yeah, of course.
yeah, yeah.
I've always wanted Godzilla to go green on his radioactive,
Well,
glow and everything.
I don't know if you're
So
going to get that in the movie or not. This is kind of for the statue, but who knows? It might translate over into -0.
yeah, it should be great.
Yeah, you would like that. Here is your lizard representation. Goes without saying, Lorenzo. Okay.
Moving past his green
Look at
atomic
that.
energy, this Godzilla does resemble the -1 design, but not entirely. When you examine the statue more closely, you can see clear influences from older Toho era.
Well, look at his. It looks like maybe they did the head separately because you can see a demarcation line there. And that back at the throat, lighting up, or it seems, I don't know. He doesn't really talk about luminosity here. Um,
Mm,
it's like he's roaring, but he's just getting the radioactivity out of his mouth there at the back of his throat.
right, and
It's starting to build up.
it's starting to charge up.
Yeah, I like the emerald eyes too. That's good.
Eras, especially the Showa and
Hmm.
Heisei designs. These would be the more human-like stance and posture, the aggressive-looking scales and scoots that now resemble full body spikes pretty much, and even those ear-like
Like
features, all of them stand out.
body armor. Yeah,
Wow.
he's got the little ears too, like the
Yeah,
original
that's cool,
Godzilla.
dude.
I'd also go and say that this Godzilla's face looks a little bit more mammal-like, going back a little bit to that large predatory cat-looking design. And just like big cats, this Godzilla has some absolutely gnarly claws on both his hands and feet. They look more effective and deadly than what we've seen from most previous versions of the character. Now let's focus on those feet, which isn't hard considering how oversized they are.
Yeah, big feet. Uh,
Well, I mean, when you got thighs that big, you gotta have some big feet.
oh, absolutely, and he points that out. But they are kind of clown-like, so he's going to have to be bending those toes and not tripping over those nails and all kinds of or raking into the earth, with them. I don't know, but
Hmm.
it may not even be in the movie. It may just be for this statue or this, I guess statue. It probably doesn't have any points of articulation, which I'm fine with. Look at the detailing on it. It's like a
Yeah, good looking piece or whatever, a statue, action figure, or whatever.
Hmm. Yeah, it's good looking design. And it's nice that he evolves from his old crackle puss, whatever. And he got his head blown off. If you haven't seen minus whatever, minus one, um, spoilers, he gets his head blown off. Of course, that's not going to kill Godzilla.
Nah.
So he needs you know, in the first movie, it's kind of like radioactive scar tissue for a body. Kind of, sort of.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah, it's like it was supposed to look like he had just been kind of cooked by radiation. Oh,
Hmm. Well, guess what I saw at Walmart today? Today,
uh,
I think it was today.
uh,
These
some
days,
crazy fat 400-pound
yes,
ghetto broad with no underwear and trying to steal a cart full of food.
good guess, but almost, but not quite. Uh, I saw The Howling in 4K for a very affordable price.
Mhm.
The
Oh
Howling.
my!
So go to Walmart, other fine retailers, you might find The Howling in 4K for fairly reasonable, $20 or less. Can't
Really?
remember.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's
Blue
not the
Blu-ray,
only
right?
one. That's not the only one. They had a whole thing of like 4K releases. So, and we might in the future look at some 4K releases. I'm sure I can find some stuff besides the Howling that have been released in 4K. I know that there's a couple I've been interested in, uh, you know, or that I've seen videos on that have mentioned that those have been are going to be released in 2026 in 4K. So we might take a look at that in the future. But
I
we're
bet.
gonna we're gonna pivot right now, and we're gonna talk about um, comic books. Who knew we were going to talk about comic books today? But we generally do,
Yeah.
you know. Uh, and then I'll be giving you some updates about some of the stuff that I've been going through the last couple of days. But it's given me some time to watch some things on YouTube. And one interesting thing that I did, and I'm a diehard collector, but I'm not one to sit down in a computer and go through these different sites that have actual sales and stuff and look at the data, but others are well suited to do that. You know, like
Hmm.
I say, I feel like I'm doing my research if I'm watching the videos that have the information in it and kind of take the choice bits and leave the rest and comment on it. But we're talking about graded books here, all right? Now, this could be in the raw. You could grade them yourself. You get an Overstreet update, you get an OWL card for the inside interior pages to see if it's brown and brittle, to see if it's tan, to see if it's off white, to see if it's white pages, right? Because there is a way to
Right.
do that visually. You can kind of look at it. When I looked at the one book that I've had slabbed, and I'm glad I did, uh, I made sure that I've got the trade paperback reprint with that in it. The first appearance of Harley Quinn out of continuity, uh, what's considered her, you know, came back an 8.5, and that's what I guessed that it would come back just visually, but I wasn't sure. I was prepared to go 7.0 if I had to. It was going to
Right.
be impressed. But it came back 8.5, and that's good news, and I'll tell you why here in just a minute. But let's just say raw books, okay? 2.0. So 2.0 through 3.5 are going to hit about 15%, increase 15%, you know, when actually graded, right? We're talking
Okay.
if they're actually slabbed, or say, I know CBCS and CGC, and I've actually got one. It's Crisis on Infinite Earth number one. that's graded. I can't remember what the grade was, 9.6, I think, without having it slab. Now the difference
Really?
is
I,
they don't check for it for restoration, any kind of restoration, which I don't think there is any, right? So 9.6 is
right.
probably pretty dead on with that. And of course, I can look at it in the raw, take it out of the holder that they have it in, right? It's not a slab, but it's a more of a rigid
Like
mylar
a
or
top
something.
loader. Yeah,
And then they
like
have the
it's a
sticker. Yeah.
yeah, like a comic size top loader.
It used to be back there. Yeah. And when I bought a bunch of Crisis on Infinite Earth #1, I can't remember a bunch. Let's say 6, let's say 10. I'm not sure. And one of them was CBCS graded like that. I did not know at that time that they did that. That they would actually kind of grade but not slab if you wanted them to.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I just learned what yesterday that CGC also does that as well. So that might be an option. Quick grade. They don't check it for any kind of restoration. If it's, the pedigree of it, I picked this up off the stands or something. Nobody's going to have written in it or, done some touch up or anything. If it's an older book, maybe
Right.
so. But I mean, just as a quick pass over, that might be an option. I don't know what they charge for that. You can find that out for yourself. But you can see if from 2.0, which is about the lowest, you want to go, because after that it gets kind of choppy. The data, you can expect a 15% rise bump in price. Now, of course, if it's a key issue, this is going to make a difference in all these, right? Um,
Of
I
course, yeah.
I saw an example of a 7.0 60 something issue of Amazing Spider-Man, which nothing sells better than Amazing Spider-Man, even in hard times. I found that out 1983, over 40 years ago, and it still holds true today. Old Spider-Mans will sell when other things aren't. Old dealers will trade in old Spider-Man when they will trade in nothing, and I mean nothing else,
Hmm.
because they were doing that in 1983. I mean, the dealer told me the only thing we're trading in at all is old Spider-Man, and I
Wow.
took that lesson, and I said, okay, because in 1983 comics were in a downturn. It was when the direct market came in and
Oh, yeah.
other,
Hmm.
direct market issues and stuff and excitement. Ninja Turtles, you can't leave that out. The black and white glut and other things were happening in independent comics.
Hmm.
The great boom of the 80s, but starting out in the 80s was slow time for comics.
Yeah. Wasn't it around the time that Marvel had their first bankruptcy? It was like mid '80s or whatever.
It was 90s. It was the mid
Was
90s.
it '90s? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's, that basically the long and the short of that, Omer Glitch and me. Anyway, maybe I should have said myself and Glitch, if you're going long and then short. But anyway, I got a biff on him every now and then. But uh, yeah, that's what happens when corporate gets involved, you know, with the comic book type thing. Basically, he's, windfall type thing. Uh, Now, when you go from like 4.0 is where it changes, you
Yeah, I
know,
see you
you see who?
talking to the dog.
Oh, okay. Um, when you
Sorry.
kind of change over to mid grade is about 4.0. So it kind of goes up for 4.0. You can expect about a 20% bump in value at 40%. But then it goes back down to 15% all through 6.5.
Hmm. Okay.
So
That's weird.
4.5 to 6.5 is going to be about a 15% bump. What it was, from basically 2.0 to 6.5, except for that 40% when it becomes mid grade. And for some reason, it gets an extra 5% bump. There's a perception
Hmm.
thing there, right? And you'll see that
I get
again.
you.
So 7.0 starts sort of the higher somewhat. So we're talking about, but not really, right? It's still kind of high mid grade. So, but you get an extra 5%. You get back to 20% from 7.0 to 7.5. It's going to be like a
Okay.
20% bump when graded. Now, 8.0, you're starting to get into higher territory, goes up to 40% at 8.0.
Later, Ellie.
You can get 40% added on to a book in value at 8.0. And
Nice.
8.5, which my Harley Quinn book came back as expected, but didn't know for sure. You don't know these things for sure. I don't care who you speak to. 50% bump at 8.5.
No.
That's really about where you're starting to get into the higher. So 50% at 9.0, the next grade up 60%. So add another 10% when you hit
Mm-hmm.
the 9.0. Now that's near mint minus.
Right.
That's not near mint. That's near mint minus at 9.0.
Very fine or whatever. It's depending on what system you're going with.
I got that written right. I guess, yeah, I guess that 9.2 though is starting. It's and this is actual sales data. 90%. That's a big bump. But then 9.4, again the perception thing, right? It's like 9.4, who cares? But the 9.2 is a big deal. And there's probably a lot
Yeah, I
more
don't.
hit that 9.0, than hit the 9.2 as well. So
Mm,
60%, it goes down to 60% added value there. But 9.6, you double 100%
ooh,
at 9.6.
very nice. Okay.
And 9.8 is volatile.
Right. It's just
Goes without saying,
whatever.
almost 200%, but let's say 175%, and it will vary in value. So
Right.
9.8 can increase the value if graded. If you get that near perfect, right? Grade. Uh,
Right.
and I have a few slab 9.8s. I do. Um, and I've even got two that are 9.8, same book. Uh, Profit number 25 by Capullo.
Oh, very cool.
And I paid $25 each. So $50 got me both of those back in the day.
Very nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So, that's your price increase, you can expect. And of course, you could do that in the raw if you wanted to take the time. Um, and a pressing and cleaning. And if the book comes in a poly bag, you have to get it pressed. If you send that thing off without a pressing, or having them do it or some service do it,
Mm,
that polybagger is going to leave a line down the back of that you just don't see with your human eye, but they will on close inspection.
ah, okay.
If it's been in a polybag like X Force number one, get it every time. I don't care if it was in a polybag, if it was in a Wizard magazine, if it was with a trade paperback. I've seen like Shadow Man comic, half issue or something like that, come with the
Hmm.
trade paperback, was in a poly bag, get it pressed. Might need a cleaning.
Yeah, and really, you don't want to keep them in that poly bag anyway. I mean,
You don't, yeah. And maybe that's something we'll do on the show some more is take some of my X-Force is number one, or some of the ones that are still in the poly bags. In fact, there is a very expensive, probably my next book to send off to get graded because of the value of it. And I could get maybe a 9.8, but it's in a poly bag. It's in with two other comics, a Jim Aparo Batman and something else in the middle. It's in a 3-pack, but it is the famed Todd McFarlane Batman cover. That there's a bunch
Oh.
out there, but that one defies gravity. People want it.
Mm-hmm.
They just do. So, and I know I have at least one in a 3-pack, at least one. And
Cool.
so, yeah, that's probably going to be the next one that I'm going to send off because I wouldn't mind selling it. You know, and putting the money towards Momentum Comics, of course.
And just a tip for folks when it comes to polybags. What I've done over the last, well, since the 90s when the polybags got popular, um, was I would bring them home, take them out of the polybag, put them into a bag and board, whatever came with them, because usually the polybag, they came with a card or some kind of
Mm-hmm. Or
Afghan
they're
or
printed
something.
really neat, and you almost hate to
Mm-hmm.
take them out like that printed Ghost Rider artwork on the poly bag.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But what I would do is I'd just slit the poly bag at the top with a razor blade, nice clean cut, and then fold it up, put it into a little Ziploc bag, and then put that on the back of the backing board. So you still have all the original packaging and everything of the
and
original
extra
comic.
cushion.
Hmm. But you don't have those fumes from the poly bag degrading, fucking up your book.
Yeah, and you want to get all the air out of it. Of course, that pillow effect can warp and affect your books. I know
Hmm.
people that do that. In fact, one thing you could do is put an extra old board if you do enough, right? And especially if you buy old boards and whatnot, you could slide the old board where the comic book used to be in and then put it in the back, and it would I would recommend that way it's not, there's no chance of
Yeah,
it.
it's not all
But
folded up stuff.
mhm,
Yeah,
yeah,
I hadn't really thought about that one,
yeah,
but
it's going to
like I
make
said,
it thicker,
well,
but
plus I
it'll add extra support.
right. Well, my
Mhm.
whole thing was I wanted to have that poly bag sealed up into like a Ziploc so that
Right.
because it's going to
Oh,
keep breaking
absolutely.
down.
Well, now see, you could still do that.
Oh,
You just want to make sure you get all that air out for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I again, I would be, you know, I mean, really, I I mean, you want the with the bag, but really, you could put a note with it and just have a separate bag and keep those poly bags with the old boards in them, separate in one box. I mean, how many of those are you going to have? Not that very many. Or
Yeah.
I would say maybe put them on the end cap, but put them between like filler cards, And some boxes have a drop off, and you want to put old boards in there anyway to fill up that gap. So, because you
Right.
don't want
Yeah.
your book, don't ask me how, but I had 3 books ruined or really damaged in my move over from my apartment somehow. Don't know how. In a full box. Don't know how this happens. It's physics. I don't know. It's the it's the comic book gremlin, okay? Um, Somehow the comics got from here in the upright position to accordion slippage underneath other books. Don't ask
Oh
me
well.
how that happened. I don't think I had any
Yeah.
partially filled, but it happened to 3 books. And one of them was like a mid 1960s Dracula Dale,
Oh damn.
which isn't highly prized, but still, you know. And I remember one was like a Joe Staten Green Lantern.
Hmm.
And I do have a Green Lantern on my list. Uh, the first appearance of Mogo, the 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 planet that is a Green Lantern. That's on my
Oh,
shelf.
oh, oh.
Just a little
Yeah,
piece.
I don't think I have that.
Well, you don't know. I mean, I'll show you the cover sometime.
Yeah, yeah.
I know I don't by looking at it. I've got a lot of old Green Lantern from when I bought out the comic book shop in '97 after my
Mm-hmm.
fire. Anyway, that burned up my first collection. Um, I met with John Falandes, and I'm going to have a card reveal here because I got something printed up, Shadowhawk, and I took them over to, and it was good that I waited till today. She said they would be done at 3, and I was going to pick them up at 3, and it just wasn't working out with Abby, where I could just do the show yesterday. So
Right.
it was actually after 5 before I picked the cards up. And then
Oh
I
well.
and then I went over to John's and uh, more on that in a minute. But while I'm thinking about it, which I had a bunch to talk about today, I've been doing a lot of writing. Yesterday, it was on the start of the origin of Midnight Story, how that is starting. I wrote quite a bit on that and introduced like the doctor, the sheriff, her parents, deputies, other, within the dialogue and whatnot.
Right.
Um, so I've got to start on the midnight, a very good start on the midnight thing. Um, Now, Luke Kowalski has a book that's available, and I don't want to forget to share that with you. I'm slowly but surely, and don't call me Shirley,
That's right.
issue 1 of Encrypted. And
No,
that's
it's Luke Koralowitz. Yeah, that's my buddy Luke.
Kowalski. Okay, not Kowalski. I didn't really look at his name, but to
Yeah.
but he had been doing some advertising of his book there on Instagram to me, and page and artwork from him and stuff. But here's a picture of it right there. Issue 1 of his first comic book, Encrypted, has arrived. All pre-orders have been shipped out, and every variation for you to order is ready. Use the link in my bio to get your copy. So if you're over there on
Very
Instagram, you
cool.
can follow the link from his Instagram and get you a copy of Encrypted.
Yeah, go check out Luke. He's a good guy, man. He's CG to the core and very much an indie comics hardcore individual.
Now, I know you've seen this, Shadowhawk, but I don't think we've seen the shown the finished modern day mummy that Ryan finished.
Oh yeah, I saw this yesterday. I think on Instagram, dude. It came out
Hmm.
great.
It really
It's just
reminds me
beautiful.
of Frank Miller to a certain degree. Uh,
Yeah,
Not just
yeah,
that
in a
it's
way.
black and white, but the way it's done.
hmm Yeah, yeah, it's kind of got the Miller feel to it.
Hmm. That's as big as I can get it there on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah,
But a lot of detail in that thing.
yeah. Ryan, he never ceases to amaze me, man. Every time Ryan does a new piece, it seems like it's getting better than the last one.
Yeah.
So,
Well, give me some
thank you,
credit for
Ryan.
giving him the ideal to what to draw too, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, you get a tiny bit of credit.
I get a tiny bit. If that's all I get, I may just stop. I want more than a tiny portion. I don't want to be in a sausage. I'll take a dog with mustard and cheese, please. Something like that. Some lettuce would be good on that too. Um, no, hold the mayo, please. Um, so, card reveal time. How about that?
Alrighty.
All
Sounds like a
right.
plan.
So I went the extra mile,
Uh,
and we're doing something different on the trading cards, right? Um, you'll like this, I think. So our very first stretch goal on the campaign was, and this is was the Devil Flyer. Now I thought this was going to from the file she sent. It was like this, more black and white, and but then when I increased the look of it, it went sort of sepia tone. Remember, he did it in kind of like an ink
oh yeah.
wash, and some of that comes across here. I wasn't. Maybe we will do a limited sepia tone printing. I'll see if I can get it sepia tone for a few limited ones. You know, maybe for the big bundle backers. I don't know. We'll see. But uh, there's the front of the card.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's John's drawing, right? Yeah.
Now there are actually two types of these, and you can see maybe not on your phone. Right here, you have the Devil Flyer logo that he put up there, right? And he did a little box around it, right? Right up at the top.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so when these were cut, and she was still cutting them past 5 o'clock, I was waiting on her. So hopefully she wasn't rushing it. Very professional. These printing these off in a sheet, right? And then cutting it
Mm-hmm.
individually. Some of these down here have a couple of tick marks. And John said, yeah, that's from this here, the the box that he put around the logo. See? So some have the
Ah.
two little tick marks, and that's what that is, the start of that box around the logo on the next card, and some don't have it. So you might get it with the little tick marks down here, and you may get one that's totally clean.
Huh.
Uh, I
Okay.
gave I
Interesting.
gave now what we did on the back here, and this is going to be exciting. This is number 99 of 100. Um, John signed every one of them, artist signature and number for everybody. Crickets. Nobody cares.
Very cool.
Very cool. There we go. We got some kind of response. Okay. Now I'll tell you what's very cool.
Sorry.
He took one of one. I said, that's your card. I was going to take two of 100, right? The next card.
Right.
Till he was, I didn't know that he was going to sign all of them last night. And he said, well, might as well. And I'm like, hey, because I just sprung that on him. I had it designed
Right.
up and said, can you sign these? And he's like, absolutely. So the very last one, these are all signed in black, right? With a certain pen. I had suggested, or at the beginning, I said, I was, when I was thinking about it, a gold pen or something like that, silver, something nice, gold.
Mm.
I was thinking gold with the black. Well, he did one special card differently, and that was number 100 of 100 in gold. So somebody
Oh, man.
randomly will get this card. I will put this in the pile. We have 77 backers. So really, you've got more than 100%, 100 of 100 chances, because we're not up to 100 backers yet. I had 100 of these
Right.
printed.
So you're
But you
like
could be
one
the
in.
one that
You
gets
got a
the special.
one in what? About a 1 in 3 chance right now. That's pretty good.
70. Yeah. Well, I've already taken mine out, and John took out one. So there's two cards missing right there.
All right. Well, you know which one I want. Did John number them all individually too?
He individually numbered every one. Yes, mine is
All right.
65 of 100. I'm taking this one because I was born
Uh,
in 65.
oh, pull 44 for me.
Why not 4?
Well, 4 would be fine.
And there's another special card in these. I did distract him, and he misspelled his name on one card. He left a letter
Uh,
out
on his own name?
on his own name. I distracted him. I was talking to him, and
Fucking right.
and he told me that and
Only
smiled
you,
and
bro.
everything. So you could get the Miss. I don't know what number that is. I haven't been through them. I could go through them. But yeah, we got all those printed up, all 100. And something funny when she came out, the girl that didn't print them right, that brought them out, and there's supposed to be 100 of them, right? She came out with
Uh,
them shrink wrapped about that many, which is probably about 25, right? And I said, "Is this 100?" And she went back, and the graphic designer said, "Yeah, it's 100." Well, what it was is she just saw those, wrapped those up or whatever. The other girl, she didn't see the others laying off to the side,
oh, shit.
but I got them. I said, "There's no way that's 100. Take them out. Let's count them." You know, um,
Right.
but yeah, the graphic designer was like, "Yeah, I did 100 of them. That's 100." It's like, yeah, but that's not what they're giving me. They're giving me about that many, you know.
Yeah, they
She
give me
also
about a
tried to
quarter.
overcharge me. The last ones we did, the promo cards, which were
Uh-huh.
a shorter run, but they were in color, still cost me more than the black and white. These were done in black and white. That made a difference on the pricing. You know, she
Oh, yeah,
finally
for
figured that
sure.
out. Charged me the same price or the different price anyway. Uh, so a couple of different special cards that you can get. You know, uh,
Very
I'm not
cool.
going to give you 44. You'll get that at random, or you may get the special 100 that's in gold, or the misspelled one.
Well, then just give me number 4. Just,
You want the lucky card,
whatever.
huh?
It's my number.
It's your number.
Any
Okay.
variation thereof.
All
444, 444,
right. I might do a
44,000.
special order for you. Special orders do upset us as as
Nah, I don't really care, Rex. It's
critical
whatever I
glasses
end up with.
are filling this thing. I disavow. Uh, take my hands off of it.
RJ, damn you better get me one of the 4s. I will come
He
find
gets
you in
he
Arkansas,
gets
mister.
100 to 100, the gold one, and it's like, damn it, I wanted 44. You know, he gets
Well, I'll
one of a
just trade it
kind,
for
all the
whoever
rest.
got number 4. I'll just trade it
I tell
the
you what, I will
special
go
gold
through these
100
tomorrow
card.
because it's one of the latter ones, and I'll tell you which number is the misprinted one tomorrow.
Mm, okay.
And if you get that one, and I'll have extra, right? Unless we pick up some more backers, I'm going to have a few extra. Less than 25, but I'll have a few extra. And I'm sure we'll get some more backers at the end when we do a closeout. So, how
Oh
many?
yeah, I'm sure you're gonna get a few more backers, Rex. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, I am too. We need $99 right now to get to the next stretch goal, which is a
Oh,
box
very cool.
sticker. And I know Omer Glitch doesn't want to hear it, but uh, Bog 6 a.m. sticker and 4 more pages
Woohoo.
added to the art. Um, now, went to the vet yesterday, and
Mm-hmm.
she put. And here's my Blu-ray. It may not be 4K, but it didn't cost me anything. Of the Howling, yes,
Oh, very cool.
freebie. Yes, I would have forgotten that if mine wasn't laying here from the other day, wherein I was showing a few DVDs. Um, I got.
Mm-hmm.
I was down to about a week's worth, and I give her these pills, so it might not even last a week. I give her 2 a day for her heart. Uh, um, got some Lasix as well for the fluid. which is probably in her lungs a little bit. Causing her to
Mm-hmm.
just but now she's not doing that. He gave her a shot there. Now, how long that was going to last and effective, don't know. I did get one Lasix down her um, in some cheese that she didn't want to eat. She's eating very little bit. I mean, gotten her to eat a little bit, and some of that medicine's in the food. Gonna have to find a different vehicle of doing that. Elsie said, the pill to the back of her throat and to the off to the side, and she'll swallow it. What do you
Mm-hmm.
recommend? Anybody recommend anything different with giving dogs pills? Because I got to get the medicine
Um,
to take that fluid off
yeah,
her abdomen, around her heart, and her lungs.
yeah. If they're really tough, then you kind of got to do like what else he was saying. You know, just kind of force it in there, and then you close their mouth,
Right.
and with your hand, and they'll just like automatically swallow.
Hmm.
But what I've normally done with most of my dogs is either uh, little wrap of cheese around the pill, or
Yeah.
dip it in peanut butter. Dogs
Yeah.
love peanut
I
butter.
do that too. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I've been doing that. That's how I got her to take the Lasix pill last night. I give her. I mean, look at this is 60 pills, and I give them one and a half, so that'll be a little bit over a month's worth. And he said, "We'll wait and
It's
see."
like,
So probably have to go back to the month.
no,
They're soft, but
yeah, it
and
might be.
look at that. That's a big peel.
Yeah, you might get maybe a month and a half out of 60. Not
Not quite
quite,
a month.
something like.
I and Elsie figured that
Yeah.
up about a month and 10 days.
Hmm.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I was
giving them,
trying to do the math in my head, but
yeah, give
I'm a little
give her
tired.
a whole peel in the morning, and at night a half a peel, which they're very soft. And
Mm,
I'd put a half of one in her meal. I think a half of one in her meal last night, and it's
right.
probably somewhat developed, but she hasn't eaten it yet, so it's not.
Uh,
She hasn't even had
failed
it.
an interchangeable.
But I'm going to try put it to dip it in peanut butter or something, put it in the back of her.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to get the medicine down her.
yeah. You
So
just gotta once you get the pill in her mouth, just kind of grab her snout. Gently
yeah.
close it. And hold it. So like grab her muzzle,
Hmm.
and she'll eventually she'll just swallow it. It might take a couple of seconds, but
Okay. Yeah, I'll try that. You uh hopefully her appetite's getting better. Hopefully I'll go back in there. I did put her bowl out for her. Maybe she got some of it. Um, I wondered if that stuff was water soluble. You know?
no, that's a good idea too, pale rider. So you crush the pill up and dilute it with chicken broth. See if she'll drink it. That's a good idea. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, maybe. She's not wanting much of anything right now. So, but
Um,
yeah, I've got to get her the medicine somehow, and she would be more likely to drink a liquid and maybe remove her water. You know?
did you ever start giving her a raw egg in her bowl,
Oh yeah, I've
like I
been doing that.
suggested?
I'm out of eggs right now, but I
Because
somebody want.
that'd be another option. You said those pillows are pretty soft. Just crush it up and mix it in with her egg.
Yeah, yeah, um, yeah, could do that. I don't think it would hurt the effectiveness, right, of the medicine.
No, unless it specifically says, like on the label, do not take this with dairy products or some shit like that. Like
Right.
I know with some of those, like blood thinners and stuff, um,
Okay.
because my mom was a kidney patient, so she was on Lasix and different things.
Mm.
But she had to stop drinking grapefruit juice
Oh yeah,
because there's
yeah.
something
Me
about
too.
grapefruit juice that reacts like really bad with all those blood pressure medications.
Yep, I
So,
can't do it either, and I like grapefruit. Not necessarily grapefruit juice, but grapefruit. You know,
oh,
it's
dude,
a little
when I was
sour,
a
but
kid
don't.
of that pink grapefruit juice, we always had like 2 or 3 quarts or half gallons or whatever the fuck size they were in the fridge at all times. So I mean, I always had pink grapefruit juice when I was a kid, and then all of a sudden, when I was about 14, and my mom started having her kidney problems and shit. All of a
Hmm.
sudden, it was like, nope, no more grapefruit juice. I was like, ah,
Well, you could buy it for me, Mom. Come on, you ruined my comic with your name tag, and I'm never going to let you
yeah,
leave
no
that
shit.
down. The Death of Phoenix of all books. I'm glad I didn't have a Batman #7 like Rex.
mm, good God.
Yeah.
Yeah, my new X Men number was at 128. The very first one with
One.
Wolverine and Nightcrawler. And
Mm.
I think it's one. I think it's 128.
Is that the one that got the name tag? I thought it was the Death of Phoenix issue.
No, the Delta Phoenix got the name tag that I was talking about. It could have been, that all new X Men, that very first cover with the new team. I think
Hmm.
that was even before Byrne. I think that was oh shit, what's his name? The other guy that drew it.
Oh,
Uh,
Cockrum, Dave Cockrum.
Cochran. Yeah, Dave Cochran. Yep.
Hmm. If you want to support Abby and buy her a meal, like maybe some eggs, something like that, on the campaign, there's buy Abby a meal. So right here's the campaign over there on Fund My Comic. If you want to support Abby, that's a good way to do it right now.
So,
We love Abby, and it'd tear me up if I had to. In fact, I called Mom the day before I was going to go very early to the vet, and I got on the phone and I couldn't speak. I was just in tears. I was so tore up about it, and it probably
dude.
threw a scare into my mother. She's like, "Well, come over." I just couldn't talk.
Oh,
Hey,
I
Red.
know, bro.
Hey, Red.
You were handling it very well as far as on stream and shit goes. Because I mean, LV and I talk backstage, and we both know you pretty well, and you know
Mm-hmm.
how much you love Abby, and we were both really worried about you, worried about her as well. But if
Right.
something did happen to her, we were worried about you. So,
Well, it's just hard. I appreciate that. It's just hard to see any animal or person struggle like that with their health.
mm, oh, dude, I hate it. I told you the story the other night. I ended up,
Hey, you
because
did
I
it,
was taking care of my mom. All her cats got old enough that they had to be eventually put down, and then I was the one that ended up having to go and take them. It was freaking horrible.
Now, I've got a question about the cards I've been doing, right? That
Mhm.
everybody will be getting one with their order, even if they got the digital. Um, if it is a first or second drawing of a character, do you think I should note that? Because a lot of these are the first drawings that I've done of the characters, the very first drawings. Should I
Um,
note that on the back, or I've got space,
I
or
mean,
should I just leave that off? To me,
because what
that would
what?
be pretty neat if you got the first drawing of a new character or some character.
Yeah, yeah. And from what I've seen, didn't you kind of design the back of the card like kind of like Pete's alternate cards, where you get a little bit of information about?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would put it in there. Concept drawing or whatever. Just put a little note on it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
I
Let people
mean,
know they got something special.
a lot of these are first time drawings of any of that. Uh, or maybe the second time, like in Meltdown, I did a pizza round and then I did
Hmm.
the Meltdown card. So that was actually the second time I'd ever drawn him because I designed him
Yeah.
on the pizza round, you know?
Yeah, there's another one you did that way too. It was one of the ones I like. Uh, is it Ghost? I think it's Ghost. Didn't you do him on a pizza first and then do a card?
Yeah, Ghost is, and that's why I'm asking, should I, definitely put a little first thumbs up or something, Rev
Yeah, I
says.
mean, yeah,
Yeah.
but I would, yeah, I put some kind of indicator on there. First, this is the first concept drawing, first
Well,
appearance, the
Protobog,
first, first look.
first
You
draw
know,
of him. I
Hail
haven't
Rev
named
self
this one
destruct.
yet, but that's the first one of this character. Mm, really, the second.
Yeah, I know Rev. That's my my kitty's been 12 this year, and I'm starting. She's still a kitten right now, but I'm starting to worry about her a little.
That's proto first concept, rough concept, etc. Yeah. Yeah, I
Mm,
could do like a little symbol or something, a little stamp, or maybe put a one with a circle around it or something, or first drawing. Yeah, I usually put
mm,
first drawing or first concept. But now this is more than a concept. So, but definitely first time colored on a lot of these. First color job, but I'm not gonna
right.
note that. But definitely the first coloring on a lot of these. This is a new character. Um, this is an old character from 2008, but first time with the wings. I decided to give
Oh.
him wings. Um, first color job on armor there, which this is probably about the third drawing with him. I
Mm,
did a drawing. First drawing on the Great Silence. These all these portals, and I've got a couple more portals. There's an underwater portal I'll be drawing, and there's a space portal
mm,
that I will be drawing. Um,
cool.
first drawing on the Fallen. That's
Nice.
first drawing. First drawing on the Vat of Destruction. So some of these are just first, like Entropy. Entropy. This is the first drawing of Entropy.
Ah, yeah. Ah, I remember when you did that one.
Yeah, and he's going to be in Shadow Kiss's story in Momentum Unleashed, Future Visions.
Oh,
Yeah, this is kind of a
I
redesign,
like me some Shadows kit.
a little bit on Spore, a little bit of redesign. Not, I mean, tweaking it, making it look. I know you
Mm-hmm.
didn't like Red Shift as a name for this, but first drawing a Red Shift. At least that's what I called him on this card.
Right. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Uh,
And it's not that I think it's a bad name. It's just that unfortunately, it was recently used
right.
in in just a really lame way. I
Blue
wouldn't want to associate I wouldn't want to associate myself with that mess.
a new character there, Minefield. What makes him creepy, and I've got to do some more development on him, a bigger thing where you can see it better. All his the concept was a brain with eyes all over it, but the eyes are blind, like they're
Oh,
cataract,
right.
making it
Yeah.
even more creepy. He
Yeah,
doesn't actually see.
that's even more creepy.
Yeah, yeah. I really like how this looks like a Japanese tattoo to me. The way Slaver came out. Definitely the first color job on Slaver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
It, I think it came out just a little bit dark, but I do like the color job on
yeah, and I'm
it.
kind of limited on my colors, of course.
Yeah, well,
Hopefully
you're also doing them by hand, right, with markers. So,
with it. Hmm. Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, it's not like you got the whole 18,000 color variations on a computer program to choose from.
Like this is, I did the small little concept drawing on an envelope for the bog that's in Chwika's world, and definitely the first color job on him. I think no, I
Mm,
did a pizza round. So this is actually maybe technically the third drawing, but Shadow, would you prefer hue shift or some variation on RG Biv shift?
RGB. Um, yeah. What is it? In printing, it's what is it? YBNK or what was it in printing? You know what I'm talking about, right? The color code.
Um, don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
It's not RBG. It's
Don't worry about it.
whatever.
Interface
Yeah,
named him
it'll come to me.
CMYK. Rev says
CMYK. Yeah, that's it. Rabbit. Yeah, thank you, sir.
first
Cyan, yellow.
first drawing of
Wait,
Strata.
no.
Definitely the
Cyan.
first color job on them. Uh,
Okay, it's black.
some of these were named
There
for
we
the
go.
very first time too. Named for the very first time. Of course, didn't have a name for her. Blitzkrieg, one of the 43
Thank you, Rob. My memory ain't what it used to be.
from the original drawing, and did rename him. I think I called him the Black King, and I thought that might be problematic, so I made it the Dark King
Okay.
instead of the Black King. But when I drew him out in one drawing, you know, uh,
Well, I know Marvel had a character called Shadow King, I think. But I think Black King, he might be alright.
definitely the first drawing of hallucinogenia. Don't ask me how you say that.
Hallucinogenia. Hallucigenia.
There you go.
That's
Hallucinogenia.
that's a tough one.
That's a tough one, and it's actually
Took me
it's
like 3 shots.
yeah, it's one of those where I created the character where the name came first. I watched a YouTube thing on an ancient worm fossil, and the guy that's the
Hmm.
name he gave for the old fossil, and I said that would be a great name for a character for like a really trippy character, almost like Euphoria.
Hmm.
Um,
Rather than asking, what was the one right before hallucinogenia? Right. Uh,
that was Swamp Zombie. That was just a generic Swamp Zombie, one of
ah,
Boggs, villains. This is newly created. The only time Anna Marco, Cy Marco's daughter, which hasn't been introduced yet. She'll be introduced in the next issue.
ooh,
Dude, yeah, I mean that's a major development right there. That was actually
spoiler. Spoiler.
spoilers, yeah.
Look out, people.
Just from the little concept drawing I did, the Demolisher, first time really full drawing of him in color job. Um,
Yeah, he's kind of cool. Now, obviously, he reminds me kind of an old school Cyclops drawing, but there's nothing wrong with that. So,
need more zombies. Yeah, you'll get more zombies, especially in the art book that is available now. 60 pages, soon to be 64-page book. Um, we might even do a limited hardback edition. I don't know yet. Or down the road, we could always do it down the road. Special 10-year visual history of Bog. Um, in that, amongst other things, but you'll see a lot of swamp zombies in the scratch art of 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 the bog. I've got a bunch of scratch art that will be featured.
uh,
Um, this was kind of going to be like Lady Lynx or something like that, cat like, but I kind of went with the when it about I thought devilish, and actually Carrie named this one Ember. Ember would be a good name.
yeah,
I was thinking
okay.
like Ember, something like Devil's Daughter or something. I can't remember what it was. It was
Give
I've got
her some, give her some fire powers, of some sort. And
yeah, I'm not even sure yet, but yeah, I kind of pivoted there and kind of did a because she had never been colored, and I thought, okay, when you're thinking about colors, uh, I just, you know, this is a new
yeah,
one. Uh,
well,
Simple name, Decay, and those are
mm,
flies coming out of his mouth. Those little specks are supposed to be flies coming out of his mouth. So Decay, he's
yep.
a character. Ember, maybe her real name is Deb something. Um, didn't I do? I think I did a
Mm,
round of this guy, didn't I? Heck yeah! Of course, I did. This was the last pizza round I did right here. Uh, Back on the 6th of January on Topicless, and then afterward, brand new character
Deborah,
here,
Deborah Embry. How about that?
Embry. That sounds like inbreed, though. Just saying.
Well, I guess it's how you do it.
Now, next week we may finish up on like Cortex that I've
Hmm,
got
love
started,
Cortex.
and I've got some of these that I haven't quite finished yet that need to be finished. So, but next week I will probably be having draw streams all next week,
No, look,
and you can join and come draw with us if you want. We will have some creative conversation and drawing next week. At least that's the plan. There's Decay, or not Decay. That's uh, Entropy. There we go.
yeah, I wrote those are the cardboard bottoms for pizzas, and what is that like? Marker, right, Rex? Just regular
Alcohol marker.
alcohol
Yeah, I've got one
alcohol
that's
marker.
got some. Yeah. Too bad I can't call him Popeye.
Yeah. You can't. Popeye's in public domain,
Is the name in public domain?
as far as I know. I mean, if you can make a horror movie with Popeye, I'm pretty sure you
Well,
could just name a character Popeye at this point.
and this was the very first one. The next backer of the big bundle will be getting this one, which is going to be made
Okay.
into the original Bog Pog and the Slammer, the Geo Pog Slammer. This is what it will look like on the front. The second one I
Well, this
did,
ain't gonna work.
and if somebody uh, backs the big bundle, they get this original piece, and which I really like and would love to keep, but I'll take the big bundle, and the next backer after that will get this one. After that, the Devil Flyer is already taken. The love love these so indie, yeah. Well, you can you know oh, this one's already going because we've sold one big bundle, and I asked that person
No,
if they
little
wanted
devil
this
flyer.
little devil flyer. So this one will be going to the backer of the big bundle, the original big backer of the big bundle when we launched.
No, very cool.
Yeah. I must have that other one buried, man. I mean, I've done so many here. I got to look through here. Yeah, that's more recent one. Spore, kind of a different look for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's an old time bog person. But so many of these, like this was only the second time I'd drawn this character, and same thing with, and I still need a name for him. Somebody suggested a name that I really liked early on, and I can't remember what it was. Um, Name this character Cinder, This was here. Here's the one I'm looking for right here. So that's this guy right here. This was the first drawing, concept drawing of him. So this is a first drawing. He's a vampire. Those aren't big shoulders. They actually have bat-like wings. That's why his cape is out so far. Because
Uh,
he's a vampire. And I still haven't
mm,
named him, but here was the pizza round I did of him.
yeah, that's cool, dude. I like that one. That came out great.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. Now I did do some acrylic painting. This is one that maybe we'll finish next week. That's Euphoria.
That's
We'll
a
see him
cool
about
one
that.
too. I like that one a lot. Yeah, yeah.
And there's the first drawing of Meltdown right there.
Oh yeah,
And the second, he's kind of corrosive. He's one of the 43. And that's the great thing about having 43 of them, right?
right.
You
Yeah,
can
you got
you can you got a variety
a
of
lot of
powers.
characters. Yeah.
This is about the third drawing of this, or second drawing of this one, first color job, second drawing on that. So some of these, you know, are kind of a redesign on the demon flyers. You'll be seeing, you can see the demon flyers in the background around the moon on the Golden Age cover on the campaign. Um, this is like the second drawing of this character here, which is kind of hard to make out exactly without looking at the original, what's going on there. Some of these are just like
Hmm.
concepts, like Eyes in the Dark. It's more of a conceptual type thing. Um, Brand new character here. First drawing of him, King Viper. He'll be a good villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
All right. Excuse me. Sorry.
just a character there. New character. First drawing of that. Uh, first drawing of the Dark Well, and that one's spilling over past the border. I like that, and the fumes are going up past the border. Uh, trying to, and all these portals, like I say, this is a time portal. All new.
Mm,
Let's see here. New character here. So some of these are first drawings of the characters, and this is how I design. I draw the face. That's a Geo one. I did a second Geo one, sort of redesign, a different concept I had. The lurker, you don't see all of him, but he'll be making an appearance at some point. And you know what? I was looking through my notes. The lurker was mentioned years ago. So these things recycle
mm,
through my brain. But I just showed his clawed hand coming through a portal, the lurker.
right.
Something lives beyond the portal on the other side. What happened to my Basima book, Rex? Well, let's get this out first. And Glenn, the latest is the
Hey, Glenn.
cards got printed up. So I put mine in my card holder right now, protect it. Number 65, because I was born in 65. I thought that was appropriate for my card because I want one too. Are you crazy? I gave $1 to my campaign. I'm a backer, producer. Chaotic portal. That's kind of, you use a chaotic portal, you know, telling where you'll wind up. Actually, got most of it scanned, Glenn, just to let you know. Can't wait. That will be the next book, The Unseen Artwork of John Buscema. Glenn will be putting that together for us.
Mhm.
Read my mind, laugh out
Looking
loud. Some
forward
of
to
these
that one.
should be put into round frames. Only problem being the cardboard lines. How you with thick layers of acrylic, Rex? I mean, you could do it that way. Scott Adams died.
Mm.
Who's Scott Adams?
Did he die? I just saw him the other day. He just posted something
Who's Scott
like a
Adams?
couple of days ago. Scott Adams was the guy who did the Dilbert. cartoon.
Oh,
Remember Gilbert?
okay.
Yeah, he had some kind of fucked up cancer or something.
The second drawing of Ladybug. The second drawing. Only the second time I heard. Coming up at about 30 minutes left, and it's going to give me a notice here that I have to X off. Like I can't read the damn counter and keep up with it. Bags, he's brand new. Serial killer
I thought I
type
thought he
character.
was still alive running self destruct, but I saw a post earlier today from somebody that said
Director.
he would probably be looking down from heaven and laughing. So I'm not sure.
First drawing of the Dark Ones. So there's been a lot of these that have been first drawing. First color job on Sand Devil. First ever
Hmm.
color version of him. The one that's up on the campaign in black and white that I did of Sand Devil, which is a 1940s character. Uh, he
I actually did a sand devil. That was one of the first characters I drew when I
Oh, that's
started.
true. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think might be the second. There's that little notice I can X off. Thorn. I'll be doing some more Thorn. Uh, the first appearance of Dr. Proto, first drawing of him. So I had to go through here and kind of like put first or second drawings at least. Uh, first color job on, at least I think. And then I did a pizza round after him. Not the first drawing of him. Actually, it is because I did a painting. Some of these are taken from paintings. But yeah, I'll go through these and put first drawing. This will be I've been wanting to do the watercolor for the energy inside the cow here. So I haven't finished this one, but this is the first drawing of him. And he is one of the 43. His body is made up of all of it like energy. Like that Legion of Superheroes character, Wildfire. You know Wildfire?
Wildfire. Oh yeah,
Hmm.
he the
First
wait.
color
You see
job
the
on
one that was
Thorn.
Legion of Superheroes. Wildfire.
Legion of Superheroes. Yeah, I bet Dave
Yeah,
Cochran.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Dave Cochran or it could have been Mike Grell designed him. I don't know who came up with the design of Wildfire. I would probably say Dave Cochran did it. That's off a painting and gave it more painted look because I left this, just pencil. Uh, redesign of that. He's a redesign. First design like this. Throwbacks brand new. Croc bog for me. Did a couple croc bogs. Second drawing a collider. First time colored. Polecat's new. Bunch of new ones in here. Second drawing on Funko Bog, I think. Or third. I'll check. First full drawing of that. Swamp Dragon. Uh, and like you said, Ghost. First drawing for Ghost. I've worked out a Ghost page. First drawing for that. Some of these are very early. Anyway, yeah, I'll go through there and maybe that's more headache than what I want to deal with. But I think that would be neat if it is the first drawing, you know, like Protobog that I'm working on, almost done with after John Severin. Um, did I lose my co host? Baby, come back. What was it I said? I will be on topic list tonight. Uh, Oh, some news about my daughter. My daughter's due to have my new grandchild in March. Sometime in March. I asked when her due date was. Sometime in March. Shadowhawk gets back here, I'll go get my phone and we'll take a look at those unpublished Bambi pictures. Welcome back, Shadowhawk.
Hey, oh, sorry about that, buddy. And random kickage. I don't know what happened.
Well, I'm glad you like the green Godzilla. Let's hope that makes it into the movie.
Oh, dude, I've been wanting a green Godzilla for years, dude. I love the blue. Don't get me wrong, and even
Yeah,
the white and the black and white, was great.
right.
The only one I had a problem with was when I went to the pink, which fucking why do we have to go pink with Godzilla? I don't understand.
It was a
Um,
power level up thing where he destroyed and took over all the
well, you know what? They go fucking deep, fucking bright red. You don't go pink. Hey, come on, pink.
well, Shin Godzilla kind of went red. But now in the original, which was a hand puppet at one point in the original Godzilla, um,
Mm.
it was more like the atomic blast was not as focused. It was more like a
It was like
fire
a fog
extinguisher,
almost.
fire extinguisher,
Yeah, yeah. No, I remember that. Yeah.
where it's like he's just radiation everywhere.
Yeah, it was just kind of, it just kind of blowing out. It wasn't like focused, you know.
Well, now we've already covered earlier, very early on in this, the getting redesign. You just go back and see it. It's got a neat statue that we look at. Very cool redesign. Also, being promoted the footage only in Eastern Asia, I think, and we don't know if that's going to translate. Uh, we'll be releasing in Japan November 3rd on Godzilla Day, which is a day after my birthday and Abby's birthday. And
Yeah, exactly.
atomic breath as opposed to laser. Yeah, I like that built
Mm.
more laser. Come on. Um, a release, the new movie will be out in America on the 6th, though, of November. So that'll be a good birthday
Woo-hoo.
thing. Maybe
I'm
I'll
gonna
go.
go see. I'm going to the theater this time.
I
I
didn't
got.
see the
Uh,
first one. Yeah, considering how long it took them to release it on DVD. Yeah, I'll probably go to the theater this time. You know.
yeah. Well, plus it was only like in the theater for like 2 weeks here.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
then
know
they
why.
came back
It,
again. Yeah, your thing is like, you were saying the other kind of like went to streaming 3 weeks later or something.
hmm Yeah, that was the Frankenstein movie, but we knew that was going to happen because um what you call it, Netflix, I think was who the one behind that or whatever, but they
Hmm.
wanted to have it available for an Academy Award. So you have to play it in a certain amount of theaters for a certain amount of time to be considered, for the Academy Award.
Hmm.
So that's why they did that. But
Yeah. Designed of one of the killers of Midnight's parents.
uh,
Spoiler: he's a killer from Mexico with the machete. So he's a pretty
oh,
bad.
that sounds cool, Rev. I've never seen that. That sounds like it would be a lot of fun
And
in the games, huh?
already have a entropy cover that's going to be really cool that I want to do. I don't know if I'll get it to this week, but I will, or next week, I will be definitely be designing some of this stuff out and possibly going out in inks and colors or something. I don't know. Do you think the markers are good enough? I did this bog back here. I think that would be good enough quality for a poster or something. I don't know about a cover. Maybe
I mean, you just have to, have it scanned and printed and see how.
printed right now.
I don't
See how
see
it comes.
why it wouldn't come out. I mean,
Right.
Apex does all his stuff by hand with
I think
alcohol
I
markers.
like that indie look, boy. I like that marker look. George Perez did a
Bro, I'll
lot of
tell you, I,
New Teen Titans markers
I
stuff.
I've got a few of Brett Spenbat pieces that he did the alcohol markers, and they're beautiful, dude.
I've got a few
I
too.
like them
Yeah.
a lot.
Oh,
Mm.
he's been doing that for years, so doesn't have a lot of
I don't
line
know how he
lap
does it
over it.
so smooth. Yeah, he doesn't have that like.
He spreads
Yeah, he
that
gets
on
a
like
really
butter, maybe better.
dude. It, that by itself is a talent. Just being able to color that well with alcohol markers.
I don't think he can and broadcast. He says, "Shadow, see if this opens." Um, I certainly can't grab
I
it from
I
the
could
chat.
try. I could try, Rob, but I'll end up kicking myself. Dude, that would be awesome, Tank. Uh, uh, Kaiju for that. American, Japanese, Korean, get them all together, man.
Uh,
Chinese.
so beyond that, and there's been a lot of other stuff, like I said, a lot of dialogue. Um, Also, there's a sea demon piece I want to do, and also a devil flyer. Uh,
Oh man.
the devil's a devil's fire. So I'm going to be following a theme, right, with the titles, and I kind of like been grafting this out so that I can kind of see, right, where we're going, right.
Hmm.
So I have uh, the book we're working on now, Devil's Weapon, of course, I consider that kind of like a one shot, calling a one shot, because don't know if it's going to stay magazine size or not. It probably will be. That's kind of where I'm leaning. The flagship
Right.
kind of being more European in size and a bit larger, and working with that more, that size, because there's so much more you can cram in on that size. You know, it might be fun to try that in one big epic tale. Now we might do like Adventure Comics, do the 6 or 7 issue arc, and then downsize it to a more regular size. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what Adventure Comics did. They went from regular size to digest size for 2 years, canceled it, and then went back to regular size with the second series, which they never should have ended it. They should have
I
just
should
went
be
back
there
to regular size or went to another
somewhere,
format.
Rev.
Would have been cool.
If not, I'm on Instagram.
But the zero issue is going to be I revealed this the other day, a Devil's Fury. I'm thinking about this is just in the planning stage for the half issue, a Devil's Warning for the half issue, which will come after zero, and then we'll get into Devil Flyer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so forth. Which number one, I'm thinking about a Devil's Choice for the title of that, but nothing's set in the heavens on this yet. A little bit about what I've been working on while dealing with all this and being awake and strung out, and
Mm-hmm.
but the most exciting thing to me is I've got a start of dialogue,
Yep,
actually really good
that's me,
start.
Rev.
on the Midnight Story, which really plays a lot like Batman. Her parents are killed, but it plays in so much more, with her and her motivation. She has to track down all three killers, right? The guy that sent them and the two guys that actually did the dirty deed. And one of them's going to be that Mexican
Mm-hmm.
black Machete. Uh,
Danny Trail.
yes. And those were a couple good movies. What was it? Machete and something else.
And Machete Kills.
And Machete Kills. I have both of those. Yes. I need to
Mm-hmm.
rewatch.
Yeah, there's what was the one he did? I think it was called Old Dog or something like that. And he plays like a Vietnam War vet that's like just sticking up to punks
Mm-hmm.
in the hood, and it's a pretty good movie, dude. Because he's got to be like 60 at that point, and he's kicking all these fucking gangbangers' asses and shit. It's pretty fun.
So you like the back of these? The way they came out?
Yeah, it came out cool, bro.
Good. The very next thing that we will be publishing, and I will be getting with her this week on that. Um, Man, you got to watch the Machete movies. A couple of them pretty good, almost like Groundhouse.
No, I didn't know Trail came out and got political. And fuck, I
Oh, did
hate when
he?
actors do that. Just shut up and fucking act.
Well,
Nobody
I thought
cares
he was
what.
very conservative on his, but whatever. He's over on
For
X.
the
I
most
think
part, yeah, I don't
you
know.
follow him over there
Uh,
on X. You can follow him on X. Um,
oh yeah, yeah. 'Cause
no, I mean that kind
I
of put me
believe I
off on
do.
Linda Carter. Wonder Woman.
Mm.
All right, it's young Wonder Woman that I like, not old.
Oh, that John Wick 4 is good, dude. That's a good movie. Not that ballerina bullshit. The actual last John Wick one.
Well, I can tell you the first page of the Proto Bog story, and that's probably what I'll be doing and most excited about doing, is picking up where Gray Tales leaves off, right? Um,
Cool.
and will be published in the art book. Um, and I'll include that on the digital as well. That way, if you didn't get the art book, you might get the story. That's, want everybody to be up to snuff with all the stories. But if you want everything in that 10-year visual and other stuff, I might even have an extra promo to go with the book. I don't think I put a promo with the art book, but might make available the bog, and it's a nice one. Uh, you've seen it before, Shadow, where he's reaching
Uh,
for the spear of destiny. Uh,
oh yeah. Later,
art that
Tank. You have a good night, buddy.
Yes,
You
you too, Tank.
magnificent bastard.
Mhm. We got about 10 minutes, a little over left, Shadow Honk. So what I will be
Cool.
doing, like, and I'll try,
I
and
think
I may,
Tank's actually. Oh, sorry, Rick.
uh,
Reverend Self Destruct. I think Tank is actually working on making a game. It's not a
yes,
game he's
I
playing.
think
It's
he is. Yeah,
yeah.
he's definitely a gamer too. Yeah. And if you want to see some other Tank Ferret artwork, I got some. There's some available up on the campaign,
Jackson.
and he did the back cover to one of the Golden Age book. Um,
You get your first taste of the Tank art for free, and then I make you pay for it.
mhm. But
Drug
I can
dealer.
tell you what'll be on that first page of Proto Bog, or the next Bog story, which I'm drawing for the art book. Don't know the length
Uh-oh.
of it yet, but basically, I wanted him to kind of fall apart, the character to fall apart, from,
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, he served his purpose and now he's going back to the bog or
Gonna
into
be
the woods.
absorbed, yeah, like absorbed into the swamp or
And
whatever.
so you'll see him transitioning or metamorphosizing back to the elements and sort of going all undefined, monstrous.
Cool.
Um, but, and this makes perfect sense, first appearance of Cortex, the way I have it planned.
Mhm.
But with Cortex's probing the monster's mind, what there is of it, kind of gives him
Uh,
the ability for the telepathy. It makes sense. This super brain reaches out to this Earth cosmically, energized Earth by the bystander, which is in the Grace Tale
mm,
story, which is in Devil Flyer. And
right.
and so that's a reason why he can, because he doesn't have a nose and a mouth. He just has sort of like this hanging Spanish moss and stuff, right? Um,
Right.
so he doesn't have a mouth to talk with, although he could form one if he wanted to, but that's not the character. He speaks telepathically, hence the word balloons are different for him. I
Right.
haven't
Got
or not, which is depicted on the postcards that I had printed up. Maybe, to sell some more art books, I might even put some of the very rare postcards that came out in 2016, 2017 with the art book.
well.
Those are already printed up.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
last one I did only had 50 printed, and a bunch of those have been mailed out to
Yeah, I believe I got a
comic book.
couple of them.
Just noticed that
I
hat.
believe. I'm pretty sure you sent me a couple of them.
Yeah, yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah. See, Rev. Have a
All
good
right,
night.
take it easy, Rip.
We're going to be wrapping it up in about 8 minutes here, anyway. But yeah, that's the
Yeah,
direction.
I got
I
going soon.
I think I will probably do start pencil work on the, because Abby's resting a lot right now, not requiring a lot of my time. But then again, she is. Believe me, just to do this much was an effort early, about
Oh,
mid this morning, about noonish or,
oh yeah, I
something like
got you. I got you, bro.
it's,
I mean, it's
I'm
just
kind
the
of wired out.
mental, just worrying about her and stuff wears you out more than anything else. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. And I'm not, I'm sleeping downstairs. And yes, I've got a couch, but it's full of comics and they got to move all that if I want to sleep on the
Why am I
couch.
not surprised? It's full of comics.
Yeah. Well, for the dog, huh? Yeah. Prayers for the dog. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try chokeholding her, whatever, to get the medicine down. She's got to get the medicine to get the fluid off. Although I think that initial thing and then Lasix, and she hasn't been drinking that much water. She's been pretty much resting. She doesn't want to get up, move, and stuff like that, which is good for her. And usually, after she gets out and pees a little bit on the concrete, because she doesn't make it too far, then she goes
Mm,
out and lays on the ground. Uh, but she is slowly but surely, I think, getting better. And hopefully, when I go in there, she's eating something that I'm not very. Um,
and don't call her sure.
and if you want to support Abby beyond prayers, there is buy an Abby a meal tier for $2. It's the first tier on the campaign. You can do that,
Yeah.
and many of you have, and thank you. Not recently, but we've had 12 backers. I know Carrie has um, done it more than once. but it is up on the campaign. Oh yeah, and before we get out of here, I don't know if I said there it is by Abby Emil up on the
No.
campaign. Um, and we would mucho apreciato. That is little Hispanic speak. Anyway, um, the next thing that I will be seeing her on is the binder artwork. The spine artwork and the front and back design for the binder because we have
Oh.
binders available on the campaign, which are in the big bundle. And so those will be little inserts in on the binder. The binder won't be printed. It'll have interchangeable, you know,
Mm-hmm.
back designs. It may be I really like the John Dillard cover, so if we can make that work within that framework, you know, uh, might put that on the front. We'll design out a
Yeah.
binding strip and a back, whatever. It'd be cool to have him do just for the t-shirt, right? To show the same scene but from behind.
Mm. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Kind of like those big treasury editions we looked at
Mm-hmm.
because t-shirts will be being made up here pretty soon, and pretty soon before we close out we can be wearing them and promoting.
Very cool. Oh.
Got a little thing saying reaching uh free plan
Oh.
limits, you know.
Yeah. I just saw
I
a little
I'll
thing
watch
flash
it.
up
You
on
know,
the
we got
screen.
2 hours. It's like upgrade.
We
No,
got.
I don't want
We
to
still got.
upgrade.
We still got 3 minutes left.
Two
Quit.
hours
Quit
is
rushing
fine
us.
with me. You know, um, especially
Yeah.
right
I
now.
mean, that's 2 hours is usually a pretty good show. Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's amazing what I covered in the first hour of this show, but I had it
Yeah.
well planned, and I've had a couple
And
days
it's
to do
a.
it.
And well, it helps that we don't have like if we have a guest on or something,
Right.
you don't want to have to cut them off if they're having fun.
Yeah,
So
Elsie
that's
asked
one.
me if Evie Mux, if I could, and I said you'll just have to try the link. And he said, "Oh, not for today." And I was like, "Good," because we might have on Texas Dave, and if we don't, I've still got a lot to talk about. So when we get on here, I'm sorry, but he will derail everything. He just will. He'll be going, "This is a rare battery from 1977," but he won't tell you that. He'll just go, and it's like, "Why are you showing me this ordinary looking battery?" Whatever. You know? But Dave does the same thing. He'll go, "Look at this extremely heavy book. Huh, it's called the Necronomicon." He won't even say that.
Yeah.
He'll just start showing you, and the typeface too, the ads, every little thing that you
Mm-hmm.
can't on the screen. It's like, who is this guy? I don't know you. That's what's going on in my head. But yeah, the big news.
Some guys are much more concerned with the details than others.
I know. And just PayPal $10 for Abby because I love doggies. So please use it for her favorite treats. Absolutely.
Oh,
You don't mind, I'll probably buy some eggs, to put with her meals. Hopefully she gets eating again. If I can get enough medicine down her and get that fluid off, that is, you know, and I probably should have asked
what
more.
Carrie?
Oi Saveloy. Uh, thank you, Carrie. I will receive that in a few days and put that to good use. Um, but got the cards printed up, first stretch goal. The next thing we'll do is probably the binder artwork so I can get that done and get that printed up and put in the blank binders. I'm going to make up more than I sell. This stuff I'll take to conventions with me too, probably. But if you want a binder to put all your trading cards in, the 9 trading card set will come front and back, hero and villain. That's the way they're going to be printed. So one side will be heroes and one side will be villains, and we'll continue that in the next campaign. Um,
Right. So
but
technically, you got 18 characters on that first card set.
actually 19 because there's a 10th special card.
Ooh, all right, Mr. Fancy Pants.
And it'll be done a little different. Will it be a Here's a Bog card? I don't know. Um, anyway, keep collecting, and you might win this special gold signed card or the misspelled one. Bow for now.
Woohoo.